My car is officially sold. That means no more car payment for me.
Does anyone know the freaking feeling of being debt-free and paying off like the last bill when you're just like, you're gonna cry?
How much debt have y'all paid off?
$172,000.
Oh, right. How long did that take?
4.5 years.
These are my favorite types of videos to make on my channel, but unfortunately, these usually don't get the best of views. YouTube loves promoting doom and gloom right now for some reason, but you know what? A lot of you have been asking for it. I love talking about it. I love sharing the motivation and what's actually possible out there to do with your finances. So without further ado, let's get into it.
I moved into my parents' garage because I'm too broke to buy a home. My name's Sarah. I'm a 27-year-old single mom and nurse living in my parents' garage so we can rebuild their life. There was a point where I was saving $1,000 every single paycheck trying to save $50,000 so I could buy us a home. And after saving that much, we were left with basically nothing. So if it was a struggle to save $1,000 each paycheck, now just imagine a mortgage. We would have been house broke. My parents have this garage that has a built-in apartment within, which is exactly where you're seeing me at right now. And I decided before I even think about a home, I need to get my financial life together first. Goal number 1, get out of student loan debt. I'm a registered nurse, but that wasn't free. I'm $56,000 in student debt. My deadline is May 2027. I'm giving myself 1 year to pay this back.
How do you plan on doing that?
Increasing my income. I have 2 jobs. I work a full-time 9-to-5 and I create content on the side. So welcome to the start of my student debt payoff challenge, where I plan to throw every single dollar that I possibly can at the student loan debt. Now that's a lot of work, grinding like that with zero fun. So there's a twist. I plan to reward myself after each win. 1 reward when I pay off my private loans, 1 reward when I pay off my federal loans. And every time I hit a milestone, my daughter gets one too because she's going through this with me. If you're also trying to pay off debt, save money, or just get your financial life together, I'd love for you to follow along. And if you're on a debt payoff journey too, please drop your best tips and tricks because Lord knows I need all the help I can get.
First off, editing was impeccable, by the way, so shout out to that girl. But also shout out to her for documenting her journey, being honest and upfront, and also showing that she's willing to put in the work to become ultimately debt-free. Now, I was in that woman's shoes not too long ago, back in 2014 or so, so maybe a little bit, but I was in the same boat. My wife and I, we graduated with about $60,000 in student loans. We were getting started with our lives. And we decided to say, you know what? Before we go do what everyone else around us was doing after that, we're graduating college at the time, and that was going to buy brand new cars, buying a brand new house, going out all the time. As I told my wife, I said, hey, babe, look. I was like, we are making this big boy, big girl income, right? We came from broke college kids making nothing to making a decent wage, in 2014. I said, what we need to do now is we need to buckle down. So we are in our younger 20s. Right now is the time to get ahead. Thank God younger JJ thought that. So what I did is I said, let's live as frugally as possible. We're young. We've been living like a broke college kid for the past 4 or 5 years. 1 or 2 more years is not going to hurt us. That's what we did. We paid off our student loans. We paid off $60,000 in 9 months. There was some stuff we sold and things of that nature to be able to do that. But I actually have a video about it. It's my first video I ever uploaded to this channel. You guys can go check it out if you want to. But that's what we did. And it was just blood, sweat, and tears, living frugally and getting ahead. And that's honestly what it takes, guys. That is what it takes to get ahead financially, is sacrificing. The problem is 2026 is a little different than 2014. I understand that completely, and I am fully aware that I talk about it all the time here on this channel. But I think the ultimate thing here to do is live on a budget. That's what you have to do, number 1. And if you guys don't know how to do that, I have a link down below in my description where you can get a free budget tracker that is also going to come with a video that shows you how to set this up and how to use it. It is completely for free. All you got to do is send me an email and I will send that out to you. Again, link down below in the description, and I'll pin a comment as well.
My car is officially sold. That means no more car payment for me. I bought this little cash car for $4,100, and we replaced the windshield, we got new tires, we replaced the control arms, we got an alignment, got an oil change, and now all that is left is to get this bad boy detailed. And I wish I would have gotten a before, because there was like gunk all up in here. The dog hair was so much worse. You can see the dog hair right now. That seat is like, it was everywhere. It was all over the car. Like, I brought this Febreze and I put it in my pocket of the car, and my service advisor was like, Morgan, what is that Febreze gonna do? This car smells like a kennel. And it does. But the body is straight. Everything works on it. The miles are great. It was just a little dirty, and I'm not afraid to clean it up. So I will keep you guys updated on what we're gonna do, because I'm gonna tint these windows and I'm gonna make this car feel like me. But yeah, here is to not having a $700 car payment in this economy.
I freaking love that. And you know what? To all of you that have made comments in my past videos like, well, JJ, you can't go buy a cheap car, a beater car that's not available. You still gotta go spend $15,000 to get a cheap car. No, you don't. $4,100 homegirl just spent. Boom, baby. It can be done. You just have to might go a little inconvenience for a little bit, people. Put a little extra money into the beater car, fix it up, make it look nice. Trust me, it's much cheaper than going and buying a $40,000, $50,000 brand new car with a $700 to $1,000 monthly payment. It can be done.
I borrowed $120,000 to become a nurse, and I paid it off in about 2 years after finding my first nursing job. And that's using the debt avalanche method. And if you aren't familiar with the debt avalanche method, it's, I think it's Dave Ramsey's method, where you take the highest interest and you pay off that first. So for me, I ended up refinancing my Sallie Mae into Navy Federal. So that went down in a lot of interest. But I still had, I think it was College Ave and SoFi that were like around 8%. So I paid those off first, and then I paid off my Navy Federal, and then my federal student loans, I started tackling those. And fortunately for me, student loans went 0 interest during COVID, but I still paid my loans during COVID, and during the whole duration it was 0 interest, because in my head that was free money. So first, I did the debt avalanche. I tackled my highest student loans first, and then I continued to pay the 0 interest loans, and I paid them off in about 2 years, and I had some travel money helping me with that, as well as my per diem and then my freelance stuff. So for those of you thinking that you can't pay off this huge amount of student loans, if you're dedicated and you have a strategic plan with it, it becomes like super easy. And honestly, I'm so relieved that I've been a nurse for, I thought it was 8 years, but it turns out I've been a nurse for 2019, not quite 7 years. So I've been a nurse for 6.5 years, and I have 0 student loans after borrowing $120,000 to pay off to go to nursing school. So 0 regrets. If people are saying, oh, you're gonna have so much money and so much interest, it's gonna kill you. Okay, well, 5% on $100,000 is $5,000 in a year. So I don't know, depending on your financial situation and how disciplined you are, I had no problem paying it off. And I hear other people in my comments saying they went to West Coast, they went to private universities, and they're super expensive, and they paid them off pretty easily. So if you have a system set up and you're dedicated and you're willing to sacrifice on the short term for long-term gains, do not hesitate to go to a private school if you're on a wait list for a community college and you really want to pursue nursing.
Spot on. Absolutely spot on. All it takes, guys, is freaking hard grit, determination, and living a frugal lifestyle. Creating a budget. Paying off your debt religiously every single month. And that is your number one goal that you're trying to get done. That's all it is. Now, I do see this a lot in the comment section. It's like, all right, JJ, hey, like I'm working on paying off my debt, or I have paid off my debt, or a lot of it's just lower interest debt. What am I supposed to do next? The best thing you guys can do that some people don't agree with me, but if you have lower interest debt, I think you should be doing this on top of while you're paying off your debt, and that is investing. And basically with investing, my strategy is put money in the market, set it and forget it, dollar cost average every single month into the market. And when I say invest into the market, I mean buying an ETF that tracks the, overall S&P 500, maybe sprinkle some international funds in there as well. And one app that I recommend using if you guys don't have anything is Public. There's also a link down below in the description for that. You guys can also click the QR code here and you guys can get started investing with that app. What's also cool with Public is that they also have what's called a high yield cash account. So if you have your emergency fund that you want to set in a high yield cash account, which what that means is basically you're earning a higher than average interest rate on your cash that's sitting in that account. And they're paying right now around 3.5%, I believe. You're earning 3.5% every single year on that money, to where if it's sitting in your checking or savings account with your local bank or credit union, you're probably making 0.02%. So you can also take advantage with that with Public as well. Again, link down below in the description to start using that today.
How the f would I want to live a debt-free life? How's that saying go? Tomorrow's not promised. So you want me to save money for a future that may not happen? That don't make no sense to me. We're indulging over here. Kayla, how are you going to pay for these things? Baby, her name's Discover, Amex, Chase, Visa, Citi, Capital One. I don't know. But what I do know is that if you're going on that trip, let me know, because I'm going with you. Oh, you're getting a sweet treat. Skirt! I'm coming with you to get that too. Y'all fuck with Gordon Ramsay, Dave. Y'all fuck with Dave Ramsey too much. No, he's not welcome to this home. I want the life I'm living now to be enjoyed. I want to treat myself. I want to treat my family. I want to treat my friends. I want to go do things. I want to have fun. I want when I die them to say, damn, she lived a fun and cool life and she did so many things and saw so many things. Correct. Now what I won't be seeing is that debt. You know why? Double it and give it to the next person. Charlie, mommy loves you. Bye. Some of that is a joke. I do work hard and make good money at my job, which is how I'm able to do these things. But also, if something costs more than I have, I'm still getting it. I'll figure it out later. I'm not stressing. We'll figure it out later. And if I don't, I don't.
Okay. Glad she followed it up with that last part about some of that is a little bit of a joke. But let's talk about this for a second. Because, I mean, that is a lot of people's mindsets with money. Is just like, YOLO. I'm living for the day. Don't care about the future. I'm here. While I'm here, I'm living the good life. And I'll just, rack up debt to do it. I don't know about you guys, but that's not a life that I would want to live. That is not enjoyable to me. Now, some people can get away with saying, hey, I'm putting this trip on the credit card and I'm going into debt for vacation. If that was me, I would not be able to enjoy that trip, knowing that I had to put that on a credit card, knowing that I had to go into debt to take a trip. I couldn't do it. I could not sleep at night knowing that. Now, another way to kind of spin this around, because I'm obviously on the opposite end of the spectrum here, is think about this, right? So she's saying she wants to live her life now. She's like, I don't want to miss out on the memories. Well, me neither. I want to make the best memories with my family also. The trick is that I can make all those memories now, and I have in the past, because I've set myself up financially. I've lived a frugal life. I still go out to eat with my family. I still skirt and get that snack time when I want to with the family. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about because I made the right decisions financially. And you can too. And you can live an amazing life. The problem is no one ever crosses that threshold to see that it's possible once you actually sacrifice a little bit. You live a tight, sacrificed life for 1 or 2 years, you can make a massive difference financially with your finances. And then that's what happens. Most people never cross the line. Most people never get to the other side and say, holy crap, that wasn't so bad. Now I can go do all these items, not have to pay off debt, got cash in the bank, making investments every month, and I'm going to have a retirement whenever I turn 60 years old. Guess who's not going to have that? And guess who's going to live a shit life in retirement because they never saved anything for their retirement? Is people with that mindset. So sacrifice for a minimal time in your life, because the chances are a lot of us are going to live into our later years. Like, yes, unfortunately, some of us get dealt a bad hand and you get taken to your maker pretty early, and I hope that doesn't happen to me. But I know I'm living my good life now because I've done the right steps, and you can too. And I've heard other people that are doing it. We see videos of it on here on the channel that we watch. So that's what I always say to challenge that other mindset of like, live now, YOLO, forget about money, deal with the debt later.
Does anyone know the freaking feeling of being debt free and paying off like the last bill and you're just like, you're gonna cry? Because that's me right now. Oh, that is me. I paid off this last bill that I had that was causing like a lot of issues for me, and I finally paid it off. I saved enough money up and I finally paid off this bill without touching my investments, like my stock investments, and I'm so proud of myself. So I'm sitting here at 24, debt free, paid off car. I have stock investments. I have money in there, and I'm good. Clean slate, good. And I was in a really domestic abusive relationship where my ex-boyfriend would literally steal credit cards and open them up in my name and rack them up and max them out. And I've been trying to get rid of this problem for the last 3 years. May 26th marked the day that I'm free from that. And then after that, I found from this old job that I didn't even know about, literally $1,000 from, they just sent it to me from something. That is a universe working its magic. I paid off this crazy bill, got money in return, and like it's all coming together. So sometimes you have to move things because money's like water and it needs to flow. It can't be stagnant, because you could be like in a position like I was where maybe you just need to do the thing that you're avoiding so the better thing can come in, because there's just not enough room for it. I don't know. It's just like the timing was too good. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to share that.
She's 100% spot on, guys. When you are making the right choices to move forward financially, things like that just happen. I can't explain it. It's God. It is. It's God doing great things. He sees you making the right moves, and he's there for you. Now, sometimes, again, things happen as well. Bad things happen. They do. But when you're on the right mindset financially, you know you can get through the hurdle, because hurdles are going to pop up in life. They always do. And when you have someone to rely on, like the good Lord above, you're making the right steps financially, maybe you have a partner you can navigate it with, you guys will figure out a way. It happens all the time. It's nothing new. You guys can be just like her. Debt-free, money and investments, and living a good life.
Here's my biggest piece of financial advice from someone who's paid off over $50,000 of credit card debt and is still on a journey with her husband to become completely debt-free, and it has nothing to do with another budgeting spreadsheet. First, though, our debt was a mix of taking risks we weren't prepared for, unemployment, and then avoiding the mess altogether because we were so ashamed and embarrassed. Which is kind of funny because I have been openly talking about our debt now for the last 7 months online. Bit of a plug to follow along if you want to watch our debt payoff journey. Anyway, here's my advice. If you're staring at a mountain of debt, feeling behind in life, terrified to check your bank account, or avoiding your credit card statements because you don't even want to know how bad it is, and that was me once upon a time, remember this: debt has nothing to do with morality. It's a number and not a measure of your worth. When you can look at your bank account, your spending, your savings or lack of savings, your credit cards, your loans, and see these things as data, not judgment, everything changes. Those numbers stop feeling like a personal failure or setback in your life and start becoming the information you need to make the changes that you need to make. Our debt journey switched when we saw our finances as data and not a detailed character report. It is never too late to make a change. And if you are in a season of fixing your finances, let me know below. You're not alone.
You're the only one holding you back from getting ahead financially. That's it. Now, I'm going to end this video with what I do, and every time I make a video like this, it's these videos got me through and kept me motivated when I was on my debt payoff journey, and I hope that this helps you, for those of you out there on this debt payoff journey. And it's just it's a motivating movement piece of content that you see regular people like you and me doing amazing things with money, and all it does is just it lets you know that it's possible. So enjoy this last clip. and I'll see you guys in the next one.
How much debt have y'all paid off?
$172,000.
Oh, right. How long did that take?
4.5 years.
And your range of income during that time?
We started at 140 and we ended at 280 last year.
What do y'all do for a living?
I'm a construction manager.
I manage my family's U-Pick berry farm and also sell seed.
What kind of debt was the 172?
It was our house.
Yeah! Wow! Looking at weird people.
Yep.
How old are you two weirdos?
I'm 34 and Kim is
33.
So what's this house worth?
330.
And you own it and you're 33 years old.
Yep.
Y'all are so whacked. I love
Yeah,
this.
we're excited.
That's a lot. 172 in 4 years.
Yep,
You
and we
get-
had a little bit of a pause in there. We bought our house in 2019, and then we saved up for an adoption. We adopted in 2022. So we had a
Wow.
little bit of a pause as we were saving up for that, and then hit it really hard in the last year.
That's a good pause. I like it. So what happened 5 years ago that kind of put you on this? Because what you did is very different. We call you weirdos, and that's a compliment around here.
For sure.
What got you started on this different track from most people?
From a really early start in our relationship, we kind of got on the same page in finances.
He was definitely the saver, though. So I was like, oh, does this mean I can't spend? I know how to work the budget to let me spend, and he knows how to just save. So we're a good, happy medium.
This is our second round of paying off debt. We had a truck and both of our student loans that we paid off in the first round, and then
Pay off the house, yeah.
Yep.
What was your biggest obstacle in paying your house off?
Probably just stopping for the adoption. That was super hard to just want to pay that in cash and having to save up all of that money as you're only paying minimums on the mortgage and seeing how long it might take if we had to stay on that track. But as soon as we were done and Luca was home and finalized, it just skyrocketed as we went past that.
What do you tell people the key to paying off your house by the time you're 33 is?
I'd say for us, it's being on the same page. Kim's very much in the budget. Make that a priority. Don't give into the pressure of what everybody else is saying. Do what fits your family the best.
So even if you had naysayers, it was like, what?
Yeah, I travel
Who
for
gives
work.
you-
They're all, well, you should have a Delta credit card. And no thanks, I don't need to go into the lounge.
Good stuff. Andrew, Kimberly, 172,000 paid off. 33 years old with a paid-for house. Did it in 4.5 years, making 140 to 280. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1.
We're debt free!